Hey guys, this is Whiskey Poet on YouTube Sig Level 1. But gonna go through the Michael B. Jordan challenge and the last path, the final path, and at the end I'll go ahead and open my rewards. So as you can see, my team is Iceman, who's only 440 on the team. Everyone else is 550, and I brought him specifically for the first Black Panther because he's bleed immune. And then Archangel, Hyperion, Star-Lord, and Dr. Voodoo. A lot of these fights are ugly. I screwed up a lot. Iceman didn't even make it past the first one. Now the first Black Panther is bleed immune and stun immune, so almost more or less a debuff immune champion, except Iceman can put the Cold Snap on him and the Frostbite charges, which helps with damage. As I said, I did screw the fight up, so we will see that. Basically, if you're having trouble with the quest, with him, with any kind of stun immune, it's all about baiting out specials, trying to keep getting them to their special 1, maybe their special 2 if their special 1's hard to avoid. But and then letting them do that. Right there, I missed an intercept. This was probably the worst fight I've had against him in all the past. Of course, he's stronger, but I just kept missing my intercepts, so it is what it is. Now I'll be able to take Iceman up to 550 as soon as I get 2 more basic catalysts, and then he'll be rocking. Even with my screw-ups, I wouldn't have lost the fight if he had been 550, but it is what it is. Yeah, rinse and repeat. Every now and then I do have to intercept or miss an intercept, but mostly it's baiting out specials. Usually you can get quite a few before you have to intercept again. You just keep getting them up to a special 1. A lot of times you can get them real close, and then there was an intercept, but get him real close and then, just hit into his block to get him past the point. And then on the next one, a lot of times you can, you'll get him close enough that your special will put him over after a 5-hit combo. So, yeah, it's pretty standard. It's a good idea to take someone, for stun immune fights with good block proficiency, because, you take less block damage that way. Especially at the beginning. I think at the very beginning I probably just blocked and drew out a heavy, kind of get us started, and then did an intercept, or I think I missed an intercept, but not perfect play. It's pretty ugly, but I did manage, you'll see, to get through the whole thing without using one revive or potion. Yep, and Iceman's down because, yeah, I screwed up. That's okay. Now I brought Star-Lord pretty much to, sorry, I had a line message. Brought Star-Lord pretty much to just clean up after anyone I screwed up with. And I had to the first fight. I thought about going out and just restarting it since I did lose someone on the first fight, but opted just to go ahead and see how it went. And then, if I got a few fights in and I was doing horrible, then I could restart it as well. And he's down, barely any damage to Star-Lord. Did quite a bit better with him for that short time than Iceman, but had a lot less time to screw up since Black Panther was almost down anyway. Now for Scarlet Witch, Black Widow, I'm going to use Archangel, who's pretty much the MVP. I brought him for Black Widow, for Falcon, for Iron Man even, because if you can keep a, you know, even if you have one neurotoxin on an awakened Archangel, then that's a total heal block. So that's the kind of annoying thing on the Iron Man, is that those regen buffs really kill you, especially since he's, well, I mean, they don't kill you, but they keep him healthy, because they're really hard to out damage, especially since he's stun immune as well. So, you know, it's hard to just continually keep hitting him and getting those buffs off there. Plus, of course, he's awakened, so he has that big arc overload at the end. On every path but this one, I used Archangel for him to heal block. On this one, just to save Archangel more for Black Panther Civil War, I actually ended up using Hyperion because I thought he might be able to out damage it. And you know, again, not very many pretty fights in this run, but you know, everyone got the job done, more or less, except Iceman, but he almost did. Not his fault. He's 440. Don't make fun of him. Black Widow, at some point I screw up with her too. You know, fights going pretty well. I'm not getting the procs I wanted, as far as many bleeds and neurotoxins on Black Widow. Luckily, she didn't proc too many evades. I think at near the end she does a bad one. Maybe I just mess up, but I'm pretty sure she... Oh no, her fight went well. Yeah, so I know the second to last path, her evade was crazy. She evaded, like, you know, once every other combo, and it was bad. I actually spent some potions on the second to last path, but on this one I didn't have to spend any. So of course I had a bit to drink the last path. You know, spending too many potions and money I shouldn't have on units to finish that path. So it was a happy day when I didn't have to spend anything on this. And I mess up right away. But if you have a Dr. Voodoo, bring him and you'll see why. Boom. Bunch of poison because he did that. Except right there, I tried to hit my special 3, but he beat me to a special 1. So I took a special 1, I take another one later, and it's just... the next one's just me screwing up. That, I mean, that was technically a screw up, but it was really, I just didn't hit my special 3 fast enough. He got a special 1 in first, and I was trying to hit my special 3 instead of blocking. And there we go. Why don't I hit another one? And I think I'm gonna die, but 1% health left. Perfect. But yeah, that was the worst fight. That's the only time I haven't ended with Dr. Voodoo at 100%, because it's literally a 20-second fight, and he's regening, you know, for the first 20 seconds of the fight anyway. So it's you know, he just turns all those empty the clip buffs, which is like 40 some I think, into poison, and ends it fast. Falcon, maybe he's the one I screwed up near the end. Either him or Black Widow was yeah, since Black Widow was good, he's probably not the prettiest fight. I think he might have got me with some kind of special or something, but not a bad fight. I think I end up with somewhere around half health. So, yeah, good moments and bad moments. The Dr. Voodoo fight, that was less skill and more just the champ I have. And you saw, not to go back to that fight, but honestly this fight's kind of boring. You saw that immediately after I hit a special 1 with Mystic Dispersion and those buffs from the Empty the Clip expiring fast, it got me to my special 1 real fast. And immediately once I turned those into poison, because I'm an MD3, I was at my special 3 and able to launch it off. Not before taking his special 1, but yeah. So you know, with Falcon, I like to try to push him to a special 2, because you can fully evade it pretty easily. You swipe back once, wait until he's coming at you, swipe back again. There were a couple close calls. I didn't think I was going to get it in time, but it ended up just fine. decided to go with Hyperion here instead of Archangel. You know, I thought about it for a second because I just assumed Archangel could outdamage the regen, and if not, I'd just go back in with Archangel. Even with the class disadvantage, he owns Iron Man. I just wanted to try with Hyperion first, so I'd have Archangel as strong as possible before, or to go into Black Panther Civil War. So this is an interesting fight because typically Hyperion's not the best against stun immune because you can't just parry and get the heavies off to build up this fury. But, and I do take quite a few specials, messing up and trying anyway to, there we go, there's one. But if he doesn't have his thing, generally, on this quest at least, I found if I did 3 hits and he didn't have a special ready, then I could get off a heavy. Now usually with Hyperion recently what I found with non-stun immune champs is to parry heavy, just build up those charges he's doing, or those furies, he's doing insane damage, and then fire off a special 2. You can get 2 heavies in, build up more fury charges. A lot of times you're back up to your special 2, or maybe you have to parry again and then fire special 2, but just, you know, spam the heavies and the special 2s. And you keep them, you know, stunned, you keep your furies up, and short fights. Now, since he's not stun immune, it's a little tougher. I tried a special one there to see how that would work. Didn't work too bad. There I got one, and even though he had a special, I got lucky on that he didn't intercept me. Got a nice armor break, but waiting to hit him. There we go. And fight should be over, but I think I lose more health. Yep, there we go. Hit one last special one, because why end it pretty? And there we go. Iron Man is down. Now we're just left with Black Panther Civil War. He's actually not too hard, you know, it's all about intercepting. On this one you can't block at all, and I make a big mistake with that decimates my Archangel, but if you block you take more bleed damage than you typically do if he actually hits you, so beyond the special it's almost better to take a hit than a block. But yeah, it's all about backing up immediately and then intercepting, and of course baiting out his specials. The same with the first Black Panther, except the first Black Panther you could block and take some block damage, but here if you take block damage it turns into a shit ton of bleed damage, which you don't want unless you bring bleed immune. I used Iceman against him a lot in former paths. But my Iceman was knocked out by the first Black Panther, so I couldn't. Iceman's good because A, he's bleed immune, so you can block. B, if you parry and he has his ice armor up, your ice armor shatters, but your stun goes away, so you don't get wrecked like you do with Black Panther if you know, stun him with the shield up. Now, you do see that with another good thing about Archangel is even on stun immune, when his neurotoxin expires, it still stuns, which is pretty awesome. Now, if you get 3 up, and I don't think I got to the point where I had 3 and tried it, but with 3 up, you should be able to parry with. And there I did for some reason, but I was surprised by it, and he wrecked me because I didn't react. But if you have 3 neurotoxins, you should be able to parry him even with the armor without getting stunned, because if you have him up to where it's 33.33% ability accuracy reduction per neurotoxin, because it reduces their ability accuracy all the way. And then I just bring Star-Lord to clean up. Same Same method, just evade, intercept, pull out the specials, because although he's not stun immune, you need to treat him like a stun immune on this challenge, because as you see there, I had some blocks and got a lot of bleed damage. Bleed damage wasn't as bad as it's been before, so I might have got lucky there a little bit. But you definitely want to treat him as stun immune, but also not, not take blocks at all. There, just take some regular damage. Okay, not as bad as bleed damage, but I did take a lot of damage from that. Go ahead and get an intercept. I'm thinking I have a little bit left on Hyperion and on like 1% on Dr. Voodoo. Thought I was just going to have to pull them in to finish it off, but Star-Lord got the job done because he's Star-Lord. So there we go. Straight through, one shot, no pots used. And then I figured I'd just go ahead and open the rewards. Now for the Awakening Gem, I really wanted a mutant, so I could awaken X-23, or a skill, so I could awaken either Electra or Crossbones. Probably Crossbones. They're both at 440. Actually, all those champs are at 440. Now for this, I just got a third mutant, which will be used to 550 Iceman, but another one can't hurt. Eventually I'm going to take my 5-star Archangel up, even unawakened. On this again, I didn't get what I really wanted, but it's not bad, especially considering now here lands on Mystic, and I think, okay, that's not bad. Most of my Mystics that are 440 or higher are awakened, but I can awaken Guillotine. Except we go over here to the 4-star, which I assume is going to be a duplicate, which is cool. Maybe I will awaken my X-23 or Electra or Guillotine. Or not Guillotine, I don't want to, or Crossbones. But instead, I get a brand new champ. And I might use the Awakening Gem on him. It depends if he needs a high Sig level, because I don't have any Sig stones. So if he doesn't need a high Sig level to be good on defense, since I have Mystic Dispersion, I'll just use him on defense and rank him up.